Lots of things have gone up in price, and I had bought a gallon of paint at the Habitat for Humanity store for something like $15. And I decided I liked the paint and would buy another gallon of it. And when I went to the store to buy a new gallon of it, it was $80, a little over $80 for a gallon of paint. It's beautiful paint. It covers all kinds of imperfections in this old place. But pretty expensive. And I went to look at lavalier microphones today. They're the little lapel mics. But you need a few. Well, first of all, they're anywhere from $120 up to $200, just starting price. And then you need an interface with your second generation SE iPhone because it doesn't have a headphone jack anymore. But this is a John Prine song made well known by Bonnie Raitt. Bonnie Raitt played on Vancouver Island here in about 2016 or something. And I was working backstage, and there was this hot Zimbabwean band playing on stage, and I'm just wasting time on the grass, below stage height at the back. And the band was good, so I was dancing and eyes closed. And somebody taps me on my shoulder and points up 10 feet to backstage, and there's Bonnie Raitt waving me to come up. So she leads me over to the curtain so you could look out on the backs of this Zimbabwean band that was playing. And so, but I was so starstruck, the perfume, the hair, all that history. Her father is a well-known, well-respected musician, a big band leader, I believe. And of course, Bonnie Raitt has her great reputation, and I do a bunch of her songs. So, yeah, I just went into a trance. Well, millions of people before me. Well, pardon me for this is the challenge to track 29 quarters. You can give me a shot I can afford. For the challenge to I've got my friend. Joe Biden is doing the requisite American president goes to old sod and claims connection. Unfortunately, it seems like the troubles might be starting in Ireland. Northern Ireland joined the EU and the other Ireland didn't. So that's creating friction, and there were teenagers throwing petrol bombs lately. So that's a John Prine song, and he worked as a postman for many, many years, even after he became so-called famous. I say so-called because a lot of his compositions that he wrote didn't become popular when he sang them or performed them, but lots of other people covered his songs and made them famous. Tom Waits is very much similar in that his covering of his own songs didn't become commercially popular. He got critical respect just like John Prine does, but he wasn't commercially popular. I heard that Gordy Lightfoot, who was going to do his 170th appearance at Massey Hall in Toronto, I guess that's what it's called. I always get it mixed up with the big one in New York. But in any case, he had a tour set up, not only Toronto, but in the States as well, but he's had to cancel for some reason. And I've told this story before, but he lives in the richest part of Toronto. He's lived there for many years. It's called the Bridle Path. It's where Gerald Schwartz and Heather Reisman, he's a venture capitalist and takeover artist. She runs the bookstore, of course. And they live there. Conrad Black lives there. And I have this mental picture that amuses me sometimes of both Gordy Baby and Conrad Black coming out to get their papers in the morning. And Gordy's wearing his tattered hoser house coat, half-tied, and ratty old sneakers, and or slippers rather. And Conrad comes out of his house with a pair of pajamas that has giant decals on it with his CB Conrad Black there. And another picture that just came to my mind is his wife, I forget her name, well-known artist, got accused of fucking her way to the top. She doesn't dispute that. Yeah, the famous quote that put her in everybody's bad books was in about, I guess it's the early 2000s. And she was quoted as saying, "My extravagance knows no bounds." In any case, we got to do something different right now. This is Diamonds and Rust with, forget her name, Joan Baez, who I went to the Rhode Island Newport Folk Festival. She wasn't playing, but she was there with a bunch of other people, Dave Van Ronk, and the guy that did Alice's Restaurant. In any case, while I'll be down, here comes your voice again, but that's not unusual. It's just that the moon is full, and you happen to call. And here I sit, hand on the telephone, hearing a voice I know a couple of light years ago, yeah, straight for the fall. As I remember your eyes, you were the robin's head. My poetry was lousy as sin. Where are you calling from? A booth in the Midwest. speaking strictly for me, we both could die there. Well, I'll be damned. Here comes your voice again. But that's not unusual. It's just that the moon is full and you happen to know. The great Joan Baez, probably talking about Bob Dylan, who she almost married.